All right. How y'all doing? Pretty good. It's February 3rd, 2019. I'm Paul Power, bringing you Robert Nelson. Going to be reading again from his book Keys, Love Letters from God. We are on number 54.
Complacency. I have extended to you, my beloved, the invitation to become involved in life. The opposite of involvement is neither laziness nor inaction. It is complacency, which is rooted in hopelessness. I have sent my voice into the world to remind each one of you, and all of you, of the real hope. This hope must be shared in order for it to be made manifest. If zealousness is an act of desperation, then complacency is the result of hopelessness. So many conditions exist within your world at this time which are meant to keep you in your place, quote unquote, keep you in your place. In order to accomplish this, a state of hopelessness must be promoted. It may seem that the amount of seemingly hopeless situations is so vast that no one person can possibly make a difference. The false god of fear, false evidence appearing real, uses hopelessness as one of its most effective weapons. I am well aware that some of you think it is easier just to give in and mind your own business than to take a stand and make a difference. This next statement is bold-faced and capitalized. Nothing could be further from the truth than this kind of thinking. If you give in to this way of thinking, you are handing victory to the false god of fear. In so doing, you would then use my authority, ours, yours and mine, to feed this false god. You do not need to do this to yourself and to one another. As you remember your true identity, you will debilitate fear as you empower yourself and one another. The mindset of complacency promotes the continuation of the separation. What I am saying is that the false gods must be retired due to lack of worship, in other words, lack of attention. It is possible for you to feel afraid in any given situation without living within the limits that fear would have you impose upon yourself. There is a major difference between being apprehensive and being paralyzed by fear. For this is what fear does. It paralyzes you by convincing you that you and I are separate and that you are less than me. The paralysis born of fear is the state of complacency. In complacency, you hide instead of facing the fact that you have made a wrong choice to believe in the message of fear. In other words, it can seem easier to reside in the state of I don't care than it would be to face the fact that you gave in to fear. As I told you in the beginning of this work, the statement I don't care is a blatant lie, for it is a falsehood about you. Here he is linking, we're well into the last third of this work, and he's linking back to the beginning. I believe it was in the first letter. Each of you will lay aside your false gods in a time of your own choosing. So each and every one of you is able to change all of existence as you change your focus from falsehood to truth. Apathy is the result of long-term complacent behavior. Such is not your birthright, for it is not of me, nor is it of my creating. The paralysis that is complacency encourages you to live behind locked doors, especially the door of your heart. For there appears to be a safe haven in such a state. However, this is the state of hell, and it is not worthy of you, for it is not worthy of me. Our kingdom is that of celebration. It is impossible for you to celebrate and yet be complacent. So you must now choose which God you will have on the throne of your heart, a false God or the real one. As you choose me, I am your God, for I am you. It has taken your world thousands of years to convince you that you are less than I am. However, the change of perception which I offer you will begin to change existence within you and around you in the blink of an eye. The truth about you is natural as I am. It is so natural that it is supernatural. Think about that. Once you begin to even believe, even for a split second, that you and I are one and the same being, the towers of fear begin to quake and crumble. Once you have experienced this reality, even for a moment, you will want more and more of similar moments until your life becomes a living example of the celebration which you and I are as one. This then is the wedding feast spoken of by a son of mine 2,000 years ago in Judea. It is an eternal wedding feast. You have heard it said, you must face your fears. I tell you that you must face me. You may face the reality of your true identity, me. Once you face me, you will embrace me, as I have embraced you from before the beginning of existence, as you know it. For we will then move as one being. Nothing that is false will prevail against you. Only love is eternal and real, and you and I are as real as it gets. God. You know, I keep noticing how these letters just link one to the next, and it just like steps along the way, and confusion and complexity are being mowed down and moved out of the way.
Okay.